The deep, velvety darkness of a room becomes a comforting blanket, a visual representation of the profound quietude that now envelopes you. It is a darkness that holds no fear, but rather a gentle promise of rest and rejuvenation. Your eyelids, heavy in content, feel like silken curtains drawn against the world, allowing only the softest, most diffused light to filter through, if any light at all. The subtle glow from the dying embers on the hearth is no longer a visual stimulus, but a primal, reassuring warmth, a whisper of fire that speaks of protection and comfort. Imagine the faintest of shadows dancing on the wall, not in a jarring or unsettling way, but in a slow, mesmerizing ballet, a silent performance designed to lull you deeper into your slumber. The air itself seems to thicken with a gentle, soporific quality, carrying with it the subtle, comforting sense of aged wood, of the faint, lingering aroma of pine needles from the forest outside, and the ghost of wood smoke, a fragrance that speaks of coziness and hearth. These scents are not sharp or overpowering, but subtle, nuanced, and deeply evocative of nature's serene presence. Your body feels impossibly heavy, anchored to the soft mattress, as if you are sinking into a cloud, each point of contact a testament to the profound relaxation you are experiencing. The weight of your limbs is a welcome sensation, a physical manifestation of the release of all tension, all the little knots of stress that the day might have tied. You can feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest with each slow, deliberate breath, a natural, unforced rhythm that synchronizes with the peaceful stillness of the night. The silence outside is profound, a hushed reverence that allows you to hear the very beat of your own heart, a steady, comforting drumbeat that resonates with the calm you feel. This is not an empty silence, but a rich, resonant quietude that holds the promise of deep, restorative sleep. You are aware of the soft texture of your pillow beneath your head, the cool, smooth embrace of the sheets against your skin, the comforting weight of the duvet. All these sensations contributing to your sense of utter comfort and security. There's a profound sense of being cared for, of being held in a safe and nurturing space, a space where the outside world, with all its demands and distractions, simply ceases to exist. Your thoughts, if they still flicker at all, are like distant stars, no longer demanding your attention, but merely existing in the periphery of your awareness, gentle points of light in the vast expanse of your unfolding dreams. You're not actively trying to sleep. Rather, sleep is gently embracing you, drawing you in with an irresistible, tender pull. The feeling is one of profound ease, a complete absence of effort, a blissful surrender to the natural rhythm of rest. The cabin itself seems to exhale a gentle, soothing presence, its timbers imbued with the quiet wisdom of countless nights spent offering sanctuary and peace. You are cocooned in this gentle embrace, protected from the chill of the winter night, enveloped in a warmth that seeps into your very bones, a warmth that fosters deep, unbroken slumber, a profound and unshakable peace, a gentle descent into the deepest slumber, a quiet invitation to dream, a profound sense of security and belonging, a complete letting go into the arms of sleep, a serene and tranquil rest, a quiet sanctuary for the soul, a peaceful lullaby of silence and warmth a deep and restorative repose. Your awareness has now completely retreated into the deep, quiet wellspring of sleep. The subtle sensory inputs from the cabin, the faint scent of pine and wood smoke, the almost imperceptible warmth emanating from the hearth's dying embers, the soft resistance of the mattress beneath you, all blend into a seamless, comforting tapestry that supports your profound slumber. There is no longer a distinct perception of these elements, but rather a pervasive feeling of being utterly cocooned, enveloped in a sensory haven designed for ultimate rest. The darkness within your eyelids is absolute, a rich, velvety void that cradles your peaceful mind. Any faint light from the embers outside the realm of your conscious perception has long since faded, leaving only the pure, uninterrupted darkness of deep sleep. Your breathing has become even more shallow and rhythmic, a gentle, almost imperceptible rise and fall of your chest, a testament to the deep relaxation that has permeated every fiber of your being. The weight of your limbs is no longer a sensation to be noticed, but an intrinsic part of your being, a grounded stillness that speaks of complete surrender. You are not simply resting. You are actively regenerating, your body and mind engaged in the vital work of repair and rejuvenation. The silence of the night outside is a profound presence, an enveloping hush that has absorbed all external distractions, creating an internal soundscape of pure peace. If any sounds from a natural world manage to penetrate this sanctuary of slumber, they are not registered as distinct noises, but as gentle vibrations, subtle shifts in the ambient quiet that merely deepen the sense of undisturbed tranquility. Your journey into sleep is now complete, a gentle, effortless descent into the deepest, most restorative stages. The cabin, with its sturdy, warm embrace, has served its purpose, providing the perfect environment for this profound act of rest. You're not consciously dreaming in this moment, but rather existing in a state of pure, unadulterated peace, a profound stillness that allows for the complete release of all tension and fatigue. The feeling is one of absolute safety and security, a complete detachment from the concerns of the waking world. You are simply existing in a state of profound calm, allowing the restorative energies of sleep to work their magic. The cabin's quiet presence is a constant, reassuring anchor, a gentle reminder of the warmth and comfort that surrounds you, even as you drift in the boundless ocean of unconsciousness. There is no striving, no effort, only the pure, unadulterated experience of deep, abiding peace, a gentle ebb and flow of the restorative tide of sleep, a profound stillness that permeates your entire being, a quiet sanctuary where the soul finds solace and renewal, a deep and unending slumber, a serene and tranquil repose, a profound sense of well-being and utter contentment, a quiet lullaby of deep, restorative sleep. You are now submerged in the deepest, most serene layers of sleep, a realm where the conscious mind surrenders entirely to the gentle, restorative processes of the body and spirit. The cabin, with its sturdy timbers and warm embrace, has faded into the background of your unconscious awareness, becoming a comforting, archetypal presence that underpins your profound sense of security. The sense of pine and wood smoke, the subtle feeling of warmth from the hearth, the coolness of sheets. These are no longer individual sensations, but have coalesced into a singular, overarching feeling of absolute comfort and peacefulness. Your body is an island of perfect stillness, every muscle relaxed, every nerve at ease. The darkness that surrounds you is not an absence of light, but a tangible, velvety presence, a protective shroud that allows your mind to wander freely in the abstract landscapes of dreams, unburdened by the constraints of visual reality. The silence of the night is absolute, a profound stillness that resonates with the quietude of your own being. Any faint external sounds are completely absorbed by this deep, internal quietude, rendered irrelevant and imperceptible. You are not aware of the passage of time, for time itself seems to have dissolved in this timeless state of deep, restorative sleep. Your dreams, if they are present, are likely fluid and ephemeral, a gentle weaving of emotions and abstract imagery, devoid of narrative or urgency. You are simply experiencing the pure essence of rest, allowing your mind and body to fully recharge. The feeling is one of profound peace, a complete detachment from the demands and stresses of the waking world. You are utterly safe, utterly secure, and utterly at rest. The cabin's essence, its warmth, its quiet strength, its protective embrace, is woven into the very fabric of your slumber, a constant, reassuring presence that fosters this deep and unshakable peace. You are not striving for anything, not wishing for anything, just existing in this perfect state of profound, restorative sleep, a gentle descent into the deepest realms of unconsciousness, a quiet sanctuary where the soul finds solace and renewal, a profound and unending slumber, a serene and tranquil repose, a deep and abiding sense of well-being and utter contentment, a quiet lullaby of deep, restorative sleep. And as that gentle current of profound sleep continues to cradle you, you feel it subtly shifting, deepening, becoming even more interwoven with the very fabric of the cozy cabin. The lingering echoes of the fire's soft crackle now seem to resonate from within your own breath, a steady, rhythmic rhythm that mirrors the slow, deliberate pulse of the mountain itself. You are not merely in the cabin. You are becoming one with it, a harmonious blend of warmth and stillness. The faint scent of pine, once distinct, now mingles with the subtle aroma of aged wood and a whisper of dried herbs, creating a comforting, enveloping perfume that settles deep within your lungs with each slow inhale. Your awareness drifts, not away, but inward, into the quiet hum of pure existence. You notice the way the soft lamplight, casting its golden pools on the polished wooden floor, seems to be absorbed by the very essence of your being, imbuing you with a gentle, internal glow. There are no thoughts, no worries, only the sensation of being held, supported, utterly at peace. The thick woolen blanket draped over you feels like a tangible manifestation of security, its weight a comforting anchor that keeps you tethered to this moment of absolute serenity. You can almost feel the individual fibers, soft and yielding, conforming perfectly to the contours of your body, eliminating any hint of pressure or discomfort. The quiet creak of the cabin settling, a familiar and reassuring sound, now sounds like a lullaby sung by ancient trees, a gentle reminder of the enduring stability of this winter haven. You are aware in the vaguest sense of the snowflakes still falling outside, each one a tiny, silent dancer against the dark glass of the window panes. But their presence is a distant, pleasant backdrop, adding to the overall sense of secluded peace. The world outside, with its potential for activity and noise, feels a million miles away, and you have no desire to bridge that distance. Your body feels heavy, wonderfully heavy, as if the very act of sleeping is drawing out all tension, all residual alertness, leaving behind only a profound sense of relaxation. You are sinking, not falling, but sinking into a pool of pure comfort, a liquid embrace that washes away any lingering remnants of the day. The edges of your awareness blur, becoming indistinct, like watercolors bleeding into one another. You are present, yet deliciously absent, existing in a state of blissful semi-consciousness where the ordinary boundaries of self begin to dissolve. This is not an emptiness, but a fullness, a rich and potent stillness that nourishes your deepest reserves. The softest sigh escapes your lips, not from effort, but from pure, unadulterated contentment, a sound that is instantly absorbed by the quiet air, leaving no trace, only deepening the pervasive sense of peace. You are no longer striving, no longer thinking, simply being a silent, quiescent presence within the heart of winter's embrace, letting the deep, restorative sleep unfold its quiet magic. And as you continue your gentle descent, your awareness becomes even more diffused, like mist rising from a quiet lake at dawn. The soft lamplight, which you perceived earlier as a golden pool, now seems to emanate from within you, a soft, internal luminescence that illuminates the tranquil landscape of your inner world. The scent of pine and aged wood, so comforting and familiar, now becomes an intrinsic part of your very being, as if you are breathing in the very essence of the forest's slumber. The subtle fragrance of dried herbs, perhaps lavender or chamomile, woven into the air, further enhances this sense of deep relaxation, acting as a gentle balm for your tired mind. The weight of the woolen blanket, which felt like a comforting anchor, now feels like a gentle embrace, each fiber a soft whisper against your skin, conforming to your form in a way that eliminates any sensation of pressure. You are utterly weightless, yet profoundly grounded, held in a state of perfect equilibrium. The occasional soft creak of the cabin, a sound that once denoted age and structure, now sounds like a whispered secret share between the ancient timbers, a reassurance of enduring peace and stability. Outside, the snowfall continues, a silent, ethereal ballet against the dark canvas of the night sky. You are aware of it, not as an external event, but as a gentle, rhythmic punctuation to the profound quietude within, adding to the feeling of being cocooned and protected. The world beyond these warm walls seems to fade into an indistinct memory, a realm of activity that no longer holds any sway over your tranquil state. There is no pull, no desire to return, only a profound contentment with this present moment of deep repose. Your body feels heavy, luxuriously heavy, as if every muscle has surrendered its tension, melting into a state of complete relaxation. This is not a forced stillness, but a natural, organic unwinding, a shedding of all that is not essential to pure, undisturbed sleep. Your breathing is slow, deep, and incredibly even. Each exhalation a gentle release, each inhalation a quiet replenishment. You are becoming less a distinct entity and more a part of the overarching tranquility, a peaceful resonance within the heart of the winter night. The edges of your consciousness continue to soften, blurring into a seamless continuum of peaceful sensation. You are present in the sense of deep awareness, but absent from the active engagement with the world, existing in a state of blissful detachment. This absence is not a void, but a rich, potent stillness, a deep wellspring of restorative energy. A soft, almost imperceptible sigh might escape your lips, not from exertion, but from the sheer, unadulterated pleasure of this profound peace, a sound so soft it is instantly absorbed into the quiet embrace of the cabin, enhancing the pervasive sense of calm. You are no longer striving, no longer grasping, simply existing, a quiescent observer within the gentle embrace of winter's deepest sleep, allowing the quiet magic to weave its spell. And as this state of profound stillness deepens, you feel the warmth of the cabin seeping not just into your skin, but into the very core of your being. It is a pervasive, comforting heat, like being held in the gentle embrace of the earth itself. The subtle aroma of pine and wood smoke, which has been your constant companion, now blends so seamlessly with your own essence that you can no longer discern where one begins and the other ends. It is as if you have absorbed the very spirit of the forest's winter slumber. The soft glow of the lamplight, once perceived as an external source of illumination, now seems to be an internal radiance, a gentle luminescence that flickers softly within the quiet chambers of your mind, casting a warm, serene light upon your innermost thoughts, or rather, the absence of them. Your body continues its luxurious descent into relaxation, each muscle surrendering its last vestiges of tension, melting into a state of utter pliability. The woolen blanket, which felt like a gentle embrace, now feels like a part of you, its soft texture a constant, reassuring presence against your skin, a tangible manifestation of security and well-being. You are aware, in the vaguest, most peripheral sense, of the steady rhythm of your own heartbeat, a slow, deep cadence that syncs with the quiet breathing of the sleeping world outside. The snowflakes continue their silent descent, a gentle, mesmerizing dance against the window panes, but their presence is now even more distant, a soft blur on the edges of your awareness, adding a subtle texture to the profound quietude. The cabin itself seems to sigh around you, not with sounds of decay, but with the contented exhalations of a structure perfectly at home in the winter's embrace, a gentle reassurance that you too are perfectly at home, perfectly safe. Your thoughts, which were already distant, now seem to dissolve completely, like ice melting under a warm sun, leaving behind only a vast, tranquil expanse of pure being. There is no striving, no planning, no remembering, only the profound, undisturbed peace of the present moment. You are like a smooth, polished stone at the bottom of a deep, clear lake, undisturbed by the surface ripples. The sensation is one of immense comfort, of being utterly enveloped in a blanket of pure, unadulterated rest. The quiet air of the cabin carries with it the faint, sweet scent of slumber itself, a perfume of deep relaxation that settles into every pore, every cell, promoting a profound sense of restorative peace. You are not merely sleeping. You are dissolving into the very essence of tranquility, allowing the deep, ancient rhythms of nature to guide you further into the realms of restorative unconsciousness. A soft, contented sound might murmur from your lips, an inaudible sigh of pure bliss, a sound that is instantly absorbed into the quietude, deepening the pervasive sense of calm and serenity. You are a vessel of peace, held securely within the heart of the sleeping winter, surrendering completely to the profound, restorative magic of deep sleep. And as you drift even deeper, the sensation of warmth becomes more profound, more integral to your existence. It is no longer a heat you perceive, but a state of being, a radiant core of pure comfort that emanates from your very center. The scents of pine, wood smoke, and dried herbs have now become one with your own breath, a gentle, natural perfume that fills your lungs with the essence of deep, peaceful slumber. The soft lamplight, once a gentle glow, now seems to be a reflection of your own inner peace, a serene luminescence that illuminates the vast, quiet landscapes of your unconscious mind, where thoughts have long since ceased to exist. Your body, utterly surrendered, feels less like a collection of limbs and more like a single, harmonious entity, effortlessly supported by the soft embrace of the woolen blanket. This embrace is so complete, so yielding, that it feels like being cradled by clouds, a sensation of absolute weightlessness, yet grounded in an unshakable sense of security. The subtle sounds of the cabin, the gentle creaks and groans, are now as distant as the stars, mere whispers on the edge of your awareness, contributing to the overall tapestry of profound quietude. The falling snow, a visual spectacle you might have once noticed, is now a faint, almost imperceptible shimmer, a distant memory of texture against the dark glass of the windows. Your connection to the outside world has become so tenuous that it feels like a dream from a past life, irrelevant and inconsequential. Your breathing is now a slow, deep, almost imperceptible rhythm, each inhalation a gentle replenishment, each exhalation a profound release, a surrender to the deepening tides of sleep. You're no longer an observer of your own body. You're simply a part of its deep, peaceful slumber. The edges of your consciousness are so blurred, so indistinct, that they have vanished entirely, leaving behind only a vast, serene expanse of pure, unadulterated rest. This is not an emptiness, but a profound fullness, a rich, potent stillness that nourishes your very soul, allowing it to replenish and renew itself in the quiet sanctuary of unconsciousness. A soft, almost inaudible sigh of pure contentment might escape you, a sound that is instantly absorbed into the quietude, enhancing the pervasive sense of peace and deepening the spell of restorative sleep. You are a being of pure tranquility, held gently within the heart of winter's deepest slumber, surrendering yourself completely to the profound, transformative magic of absolute repose. Your awareness is like a still, dark pond, perfectly reflecting the quiet of the night, undisturbed by any ripple, any movement, a perfect mirror of deep, serene sleep. And as you continue to surrender, the concept of you begins to dissolve, blending into the very fabric of the cozy cabin and the hushed stillness of the winter night. The warmth you perceived is no longer an external sensation, but an intrinsic state of being, a gentle, constant radiance that emanates from your core, suffusing every cell with profound comfort. The scents of pine, wood smoke, and herbs have become so deeply interwoven with your being that they are simply the fragrance of your own peaceful slumber, a natural perfume of deep relaxation and utter contentment. The soft lamplight, no longer a visual element, has transformed into an internal glow, a serene, internal luminescence that illuminates the vast, quiet void of your unconscious mind, where the notion of thought itself has faded into oblivion. Your body, now completely relaxed, feels less like a distinct physical form and more like a gentle wave of peace, effortlessly cradled by the soft embrace of the woolen blanket. This embrace is so complete, so yielding, that it feels like being held by the very essence of comfort, a profound sense of weightlessness coupled with an unshakable anchor of security. The subtle sounds of the cabin have receded so far into the distance that they are now mere echoes, faint whispers on the periphery of your awareness, contributing to the overall symphony of profound quietude. The falling snow, once a distant shimmer, has now faded entirely from your perception, leaving behind only the deepest sense of seclusion and peace. Your connection to the outside world has dissolved completely, like a wisp of smoke in the wind, leaving you in this perfect sanctuary of undisturbed rest. Your breathing has become so slow and shallow that it is barely perceptible, a gentle, rhythmic whisper that marks the passage of time in this timeless state of deep sleep. You are no longer an observer of your own existence. You are simply a part of the quiet, peaceful slumber that envelopes you. The boundaries of your consciousness have dissolved entirely, leaving behind only a vast, serene expanse of pure, unadulterated rest. This is not an emptiness, but a profound fullness, a rich, potent stillness that nourishes your very soul, allowing it to replenish and renew itself in the quiet sanctuary of unconsciousness. A soft, almost inaudible sigh of pure bliss might escape you, a sound that is instantly absorbed into the pervasive quietude, deepening the spell of restorative sleep. You are a being of pure tranquility, held gently within the heart of winter's deepest slumber, surrendering yourself completely to the profound, transformative magic of absolute repose. Your awareness is like a deep, dark, starless night sky, utterly still and silent, a perfect reflection of the profound, unmoving peace that now holds you in its gentle, eternal embrace. And so, as your consciousness continues to soften, to melt like the gentle snow outside your cabin, you feel yourself sinking deeper, deeper into the embrace of this perfect stillness. The lingering whispers of the wind, once a gentle lullaby, now fade into an almost imperceptible hum, a resonant frequency of pure peace that vibrates through your very being. You're no longer aware of the edges of your body, the boundaries between you and the soft, warm blankets. It's as if your essence has expanded, diffused into the very air of the cabin, becoming one with the quiet. Imagine a single, perfect snowflake, so delicate and intricate, slowly dissolving into the vastness of a pristine white canvas. That is the feeling, the gentle unraveling of your focused awareness, the graceful surrender of all that is held tight, all that demands attention. The flickering firelight, which you had noticed earlier, now seems to pulse with a slow, steady rhythm, mirroring the slowing, deepening beat of your own heart. Each soft ember glows with an inner light, a tiny universe of warmth and tranquility. And as you observe it, you feel that same inner warmth spreading through you, radiating from your core outwards, dissolving any remaining pockets of tension, any lingering thoughts. The scent of pine and wood smoke, so comforting before, now becomes an even deeper, more pervasive aroma, a primal fragrance that speaks of safety, of primal comfort, of ancient, undisturbed forests. It fills your lungs with each slow, unforced breath, each inhalation a renewal, each exhalation a release. You are simply here, in this moment, cradled by an absolute, unfathomable quiet. The silence is not an absence, but a presence, a rich, velvety presence that enfolds you completely, a blanket woven from the hushed sighs of the sleeping world. You don't need to do anything, to think anything, to be anything other than what you are, a being sinking into the most profound and restorative sleep. The very notion of effort dissolves. There is no striving, no wishing, only the effortless, natural descent into the softest, darkest, most peaceful depths. Your thoughts, if they arise at all, are like distant, hazy clouds, drifting by without form or substance, unable to capture your attention, unable to disturb the profound serenity that has settled upon you. They're simply allowed to be, and then they're allowed to drift away, leaving behind an even greater expanse of quiet. The sounds of the cabin, the occasional soft creak of the timbers, the almost inaudible sigh of the wind finding a tiny gap, are not interruptions, but rather part of the symphony of stillness, reinforcing the sense of being perfectly at home, perfectly safe, perfectly at peace. They're the gentle punctuation marks in the long, flowing sentence of your slumber. You are a vessel, slowly being filled with pure, unadulterated rest, and the filling is so gentle, so seamless, that you barely notice it happening, until it has already transformed you, until you are already deeply immersed in its healing embrace. The world outside the cabin, with its winter chill and its vast, silent landscapes, is a distant, irrelevant memory. All that matters is this immediate, profound sense of being held, of being safe, of being allowed to simply cease all striving and be, in the most absolute and perfect sense of the word. Your awareness is like a single, perfect drop of dew, poised on a winter leaf, reflecting the soft glow of the moon, and slowly, gently, returning to the earth, to the boundless, nurturing soil of deep, deep sleep. The darkness surrounding you is not empty, but full, full of potential, full of peace, full of the promise of renewal that only true rest can bring. You are a seed, nestled in the warm earth of your consciousness, preparing to bloom anew with the dawn. But for now, you simply rest, a perfect, peaceful being dissolving into the infinite. As you continue to drift, that sensation of dissolving, of becoming one with the quiet, intensifies, yet it does so with a gentle, almost imperceptible grace. Imagine the softest down feather, so light it seems to defy gravity, gently floating downwards, its descent so slow and steady that you can barely perceive its movement. Your consciousness is like that feather, carried on a current of pure tranquility, sinking deeper and deeper into the plush, welcoming depths of sleep. The sounds of the cabin are now even more muted, more distant, less like individual noises and more like a faint, resonant hum that underpins the profound silence. The crackling fire, which was once a distinct sound, now seems to have merged with the warmth, with the very essence of the cabin, becoming an internal sensation rather than an external one. It's a warmth that radiates from within you, a gentle, comforting heat that loosens every muscle, every fiber of your being, allowing you to surrender even more completely. The scent of pine, which had been so grounding, now seems to have become part of the air itself, so subtle that you're only vaguely aware of it, a delicate perfume of peace. Your breathing has become so shallow, so effortless, that you are no longer actively directing it. It simply happens, a gentle ebb and flow, a rhythmic whisper that is barely audible even to yourself. Each exhale is a release, a letting go of any remaining residual tension, any lingering thought, any unfulfilled desire. And each inhale is a gentle drawing in of pure, restorative calm. Your awareness is no longer focused on any particular sensation, any specific thought. It has become diffuse, a soft, luminous haze that permeates your entire being, like the gentle diffusion of moonlight through a frosted window pane. There are no sharp edges, no distinct forms, only a soft, continuous glow of pure, unadulterated peace. The feeling of your body is so distant, so ethereal, that it's as if you're simply a consciousness floating in a sea of soft, warm, and utterly peaceful darkness. The weight of the blankets, the texture of the sheets, the coolness of the air on your skin, all these sensations have become so subtle, so interwoven with the overall experience of deep relaxation, that they are no longer distinct. They are simply part of the fabric of your surrender. You are like a boat, gently bobbing on a vast, silent ocean, rocked by the most imperceptible of waves, moving further and further away from the shore of wakefulness, towards the tranquil, boundless depths of dream. The world outside the cabin, with its snow and its stars and its silent majesty, is a beautiful memory, a soft echo that does not disturb your present state of profound repose. All that matters is this infinite moment of peace, this complete and utter cessation of all striving, all effort, all concern. You are simply being, in the most profound and perfect sense, allowing yourself to be carried by the irresistible tide of deep, restorative sleep. The darkness is no longer a void, but a rich, velvet expanse, filled with the softest whispers of possibility, with the promise of profound rejuvenation. It is a darkness that cradles you, protects you, and nourishes you with its absolute stillness. You are like a single, perfect pearl, slowly sinking into the deepest, calmest waters, its luminescence softening, its edges blurring, until it becomes one with the serene, unblemished depths. The journey into sleep is not a departure, but a homecoming, a return to a state of primal peace, a natural and inevitable descent into the most healing and transformative embrace. You are held, you are safe, and you are utterly, completely at peace. This profound sense of peaceful surrender continues to deepen, like a perfectly still lake reflecting an endless night sky. The faintest residual awareness of your physical form has now completely dissolved, leaving you as pure, unadulterated consciousness, a gentle luminescence floating in a vast expanse of quiet. The sounds of the cabin, once mere echoes, are now entirely gone, leaving behind a silence that is not empty, but full, a rich, velvety silence that hums with the very essence of peace. It's a silence that doesn't require listening, for it is felt, it is experienced, it is the very air you are breathing, or rather, the air that is breathing you. Imagine the softest, most ethereal mist, gently swirling and settling, blurring all distinctions, all boundaries, until everything becomes a seamless, unified field of tranquility. That is the state you are entering, a state of pure, unadulterated being, where the concept of individual self begins to melt away, like the last traces of frost on a sun-warmed pane of glass. Your breath is no longer a conscious act, but a gentle, rhythmic pulsation that seems to emanate from the very core of this vast stillness, a soft, almost imperceptible rhythm that lulls you further into the embrace of sleep. Each slow, unforced exhale is a complete release, a final letting go of any phantom sensations, any lingering wisps of thought that might have tried to cling to your awareness. And each inhale is a gentle drawing in of this profound, restorative peace, a replenishment of your deepest reserves of energy and calm. Your awareness has become so diffuse, so spread out, that you're no longer a distinct entity observing the world, but rather a part of the world itself, experiencing its quietude from within. The darkness around you is not something to be perceived, but something to be embodied, a soft, enveloping presence that cradles you in its absolute stillness. There are no images, no narratives, no demands, only this pure, unadulterated state of rest. You are like a single, perfect dewdrop, resting on the petal of a sleeping flower, reflecting the vast, silent cosmos, and slowly, imperceptibly, merging with the dew that surrounds it, becoming one with the quiet, cool embrace of the earth. The journey into this deepest sleep is not a struggle, not an effort, but a natural, inevitable unfolding, like a blossom opening to the dawn or a leaf returning to the soil. It is a homecoming to the fundamental state of peace that underlies all existence. You are safe, you are held, and you are dissolving into the most profound and healing slumber, a slumber that promises not oblivion, but a deep and complete renewal. The silence is your sanctuary, the darkness your comfort, and the stillness your ultimate destination. You are a part of this boundless peace, and this peace is a part of you, an eternal, unbroken union of utter repose. Your journey into dream is now a gentle, effortless glide, a descent into the softest, deepest, most restorative sleep imaginable. The boundaries between you and the universe have completely vanished, leaving only the pure, undiluted essence of being completely at rest. You are simply a whisper in the vast, silent expanse, a contented sigh, a perfect moment of absolute peace. And so you continue to glide, to float, to dissolve into the deepest currents of sleep. The notion of a body, of distinct thoughts, of a separate self, has long since faded into a gentle, luminous blur. You are now pure sensation, or rather, the absence of any sensation that requires focus or attention. Imagine the quietest moment just before dawn, when the world is held in a hushed anticipation, a perfect stillness that is both profound and all-encompassing. That is the essence of your current state, a deep, unmoving peace that permeates your entire being. Your breath, if it can even be called that, is now so subtle, so imperceptible, that it is no more than a gentle, rhythmic pulse within the vast stillness, a soft vibration that is felt rather than heard. Each exhalation is a complete surrender, a total release of any lingering vestiges of conscious awareness, a gentle sigh into the infinite. And each inhalation is a deep, effortless drawing in of this pure, restorative calm, a replenishing of your innermost essence. Your awareness, once a focused beam, has now expanded to become the entire universe of this quietude, a boundless expanse of soft, velvety darkness that holds you completely. There are no demands, no expectations, no needs, only this profound and absolute peace. You are like a single, perfect ember, glowing with an inner warmth, slowly fading into the soft ashes of a dying fire, its light and heat gradually diffusing into the surrounding darkness, becoming one with it. The journey into this deepest sleep is not an action, but a state of being, a natural and inevitable return to the source of all rest. You are not going anywhere, for you are already here, within this infinite, peaceful present. You are safe, you are nurtured, and you are dissolving into the most profound and transformative slumber, a slumber that is not an end, but a beautiful and necessary pause, a deep replenishment before the gentle awakening. The silence is your true home, the darkness your most comforting embrace, and the stillness your ultimate sanctuary. You are no longer an observer of peace, but peace itself, an unbroken, eternal stillness that cradles you in its absolute repose. Your consciousness has become a single, perfect drop of dew, resting on the tip of a blade of grass, reflecting the vast, starless sky, and slowly, gently, returning to the earth, to the boundless, nurturing soil of deep, deep sleep. You are a whisper in the wind, a sigh in the stillness, a perfect moment of absolute, unmoving peace. And so you continue to descend, to melt, to become one with the absolute stillness. The very concept of a journey has dissolved, for you are no longer moving, but simply being in a state of profound, unmoving peace. Imagine the deepest part of a silent ocean, where sunlight cannot reach, and all is hushed, still, and dark, yet filled with an ancient, quiet energy. That is the realm you now inhabit, a space of pure, untroubled repose, where the boundaries of self have completely vanished. Your breath has become so subtle, so integrated with the surrounding stillness, that it is no longer a distinct phenomenon, but a gentle, rhythmic hum that is the very pulse of this deep slumber. Each exhale is a complete letting go, a final surrender into the embrace of the quiet, and each inhale is a deep, effortless drawing in of pure, restorative calm. Your awareness has expanded to become the entirety of this peaceful void, a vast, soft, and comforting darkness that cradles you completely. There is no need to perceive, no desire to understand, only this profound and absolute peace. You are like a single, perfect grain of sand, resting at the bottom of a vast, silent desert, warmed by the stillness, becoming indistinguishable from the earth itself. The descent into this deepest sleep is not an effort, but an effortless return, a natural and inevitable homecoming to the source of all rest. You are not falling, but settling, becoming one with the infinite, tranquil present. You are safe, you are protected, and you are dissolving into the most profound and transformative slumber, a slumber that is not an end, but a beautiful and essential pause, a deep rejuvenation that will prepare you for the softest whisper of dawn. The silence is your eternal home, the darkness your most tender embrace, and the stillness your ultimate, perfect destination. You are no longer an observer of peace, but peace itself, an unbroken, eternal stillness that holds you in its absolute, unwavering repose. You are a perfect, silent breath in the heart of the universe, a contented sigh in the infinite quiet, a moment of absolute, unmoving, perfect peace, drifting now deeper and deeper into the softest, most restorative sleep imaginable. Good night. Sleep deeply. Sleep well.